feeling the buzz? Are you feeling the buzz right now?
I'm feeling good.
Welcome to the Matanuska Brewing Company. My name is Matt Tomter, and this is Beer Buzz. This is a show where we create a buzz with conversation, while we get a buzz drinking 10 beers. Our guest today is Buddy Bailey. Buddy, welcome to the show.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I'm so glad you got to see me today.
Well, I am too. Well, it's another reason to sit down and have a couple of cold ones, right?
Oh, you know it.
All right, great. Well, here's how it works. We're going to work our way through 10 beers.
Okay.
We'll start with the highest ABV beer, work our way to the lowest ABV beer, and we engage in swift and fun conversation in the meantime. How does that sound?
You had me at Let's Drink Beer.
Okay, we're good.
All right.
Well, let's start. The first one we're drinking today is Matanuska Magnitude 9.2. It's 9.2 ABV.
Okay.
Strong beer. Let's give that a taste. Sweet.
Woo.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of flavor.
it does. It packs kind of a punch too.
It does. It
So
does. I
here,
like it.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So we watched you grow up on TV. People from all over Alaska. You're probably in the stores everywhere, and people are coming up. Hey, Buddy Bailey. They know who you are because we've seen you since you were a little kid, all the way till now, and you're still doing TV commercials now.
Yeah.
How does that affect your life? What's that like growing up in Alaska, where everybody knows who you are?
Well, so I'm 34. I've been doing them for 27 years. Right? So, I mean, more than, I don't know what that math is, but about 3/4 of my life has been on TV for everybody to see, right? So it's been a good effect on me, but definitely different than anything I would have ever imagined growing up at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, I haven't done anything consistently well for 27 years. Well, that's why you have the show, because I'm no good at this, but we figured you'd probably be okay.
I don't know about that, but hey, you know what? I'll take it.
All right, well, here's to you.
Absolutely.
So the next beer is, this is actually Glacier Brew House
Okay.
Imperial Blonde, and we make this beer out at the Matanuska Brewing Company in Canada.
I like this
in
one.
cooperation with Glacier Brew House. Dude,
That's good.
It's 9% alcohol. It's a hardcore beer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good.
It's delicious. Let me ask you this. You know,
Yeah.
you play basketball. We
Okay.
watched you play basketball. You played basketball in high school, played basketball in college. You even played a little professional ball. Your kids are
Little
playing
bit.
ball. I think
Yeah.
you're like a fourth generation Alaskan. Tell us about how team sports affects your life and what it's doing for you today.
Oh man, I'm a huge advocate of a team sport specifically because of all the things it teaches somebody for life, the mutual accountability, the hard work. There's such a huge correlation between that and what they're going to do for a 9-to-5 job or a business for their life.
You think so? I mean, did playing basketball affect what you're doing
Oh,
today?
for sure. I mean, just think if I show up late to practice, I'm in trouble. If I show up late to work, I'm in trouble. If my team loses because I didn't carry my fair share on the court, right? That's a team loss. It's the same thing in business, right?
That's a great point.
I've always liked the team aspect of sports just for that portion of it, for sure. So
All we do is hire basketball players at the Matanuska Brewing Company.
Good. Well,
the whole team, we're all a team.
if my career doesn't work out, I'll come work with you guys.
Okay, you're welcome to come aboard. Our next beer will put us into our first pint.
I like it. Well, you know.
Our next beer is Raft Red IPA, which is 7.2% ABV.
Okay.
It's a red, more malt forward, citrusy IPA, delicious. It packs a pretty good punch. I just love IPAs. It's the only way to go.
You can really taste the citrus in that too. That's really good.
Oh, it's delicious. That's
Yeah.
all hot drink too. It's just-
Yeah.
So we were chatting before we started the show, and you mentioned we were laughing about some stuff we saw on Facebook.
Yeah.
We were talking about this beard straightener you saw, and because there's a company down in Oregon, Rogue Brewing Company. They actually took the yeast out of a dude's beard and used that and brewed a beer with it. Okay, not our thing. We don't do that at Matanuska Brewing Company, and we haven't done it yet, anyways.
Yeah.
But that's a funny story. Let's talk about that.
Well, I think it's funny how you can click on anything on Facebook and all of a sudden it starts to show up everywhere. But I was getting a kick out of it because my beard, I always have a hard time kind of keeping it straight and all that stuff.
Me too.
And sure enough, these guys got me roped in on this deal that it's like a almost like
It's a beard sanitizer.
like a
It
beard
keeps the yeast from
sanitizer.
growing in
Yeah.
your beard.
Oh, it's a steamer. That's what it was. So
It's steamed a beard.
oh yeah, you just steam
Killed all
that
the
bad boy
bacteria.
down, and man, it lays down super nice and good looking.
And there's no germs, so you don't risk the chance of getting your mouth infected by beard germs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So you're ordering one then? Or?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I was hemming and hawing over it, but now Facebook won't let me forget it.
Okay, buddy, we're 3 beers in. Now we're going to go ahead and
Get to
move
the
on to the
whiskey?
next one.
Oh.
No, not yet. Just
Oh,
hold
not
your
yet?
horses here.
Okay. What are we drinking
So
now?
the next one, this is our Wee Heavy Scotch Ale. It's a traditional Wee Heavy Scotch Ale. It's
So it's close to
malty,
whiskey.
malt forward. It's about 8% alcohol by volume. I love this beer. It's such a good beer.
Ooh.
Doesn't that have some good flavor?
So do I have to take home the long track with me, or can I get a Scotch one to bring home?
No, we'll talk about the long track thing later. I mean, you do ride a ski-doo, so we're not gonna let that go by.
Oh, this is good though. Oh man, I like this one.
I'm going to Ireland in March. I can't
Are you?
wait.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm doing a tour through Ireland with the Young Dubliners. And
Oh my gosh,
Oh yeah,
yes.
so they played here a bunch of times.
Yeah.
They're playing here again in August, but then we go on a tour. There's like 175 Americans, and we cruise over to Ireland as a group, and we do a pub crawl with the Young Dubliners across Ireland, starting in
So-
Belfast and working our way south.
Hold on though. Did I just hear that you're a dude groupie?
Oh, I'm not sleeping with a man. Well, I mean, who knows? I mean,
we're in Ireland. Who knows?
in
what
Ireland, I don't
happened,
even know what it's like yet. I'm sure it's fine there. But no, it's going to be a badass trip.
right? I hear that Jack Daniels wants to have their own basketball team.
I
Did
don't
you
know
see
if
those
that's-
TV commercials?
No, I didn't.
They
do
did
that.
them last year during the playoffs, for the NBA playoffs, and
They
they
could
were
probably
constant-
afford one.
That's what they were talking about. Is having. I mean, they in the commercial had a model in Lynchburg or wherever they're at in Tennessee, a model of an arena there for an NBA team.
Really?
Yeah,
God bless the Jack Daniels team.
that's what I'm saying. You know, I'd sit on any NBA team. They could pay me the absolute minimum. I'll save them some money. And in the last 2 minutes of a game, if you're up 5 and just need someone to make free throws, I'll make some free throws for you.
Yeah.
I'll be that white boy.
The next beer here is the Long Track IPA,
Oh.
which is our kind of our flagship beer.
Yeah.
It's just a great drinking IPA. Easy to drink. Big citrus flavor from the hops alone. Smooth, unfiltered.
That's good. I like it. Good enough that we pre-gamed with it.
We did. We had one of these before we started.
Yeah, we did.
Before we started the
That's good.
show, we each had a full pint of them. 5 beers, boom, done.
Well, you're 5 are done. I'm almost there.
We're getting there. Well, this
Can we
gets
get some
me-
wings? We
No,
get some wings
no,
or something?
we just ordered some wings.
We got some
So they got to
coming?
come. We have pounded down 5 beers. We've reached the halfway point in our show where we drank 5 different beers. Buddy and I both enjoyed those greatly. Now we're going to celebrate by having a glass or a shot, or I can't even say it right anymore.
It's about
of
time.
Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select, one of my favorite whiskeys. Buddy, you ready to have a
Absolutely
shot of whiskey?
ready.
Okay.
Let me just help you with that. I'm ready.
Does that work? So the great thing about Jack Daniel's whiskey, why I'm a big about Sinatra Select, is I'm a huge fan of Frank Sinatra. The guy was an animal, and he was one of the he was the only person to ever own property on the Jack Daniel's estate, other than the family members of Jack Daniel's.
Okay.
So Frank's got a lot of history with.
That's awesome.
And they make this in his memory because this is a great.
You know, Jack.
It's a great whiskey.
You know, Frank Sinatra is some of my favorite music to sing too.
You sing.
I do sing a little bit.
You
I do.
sing. That's insane, buddy. Are you ready to keep going?
I am, and these wings are bomb.
They are bomb.
Super
But this
good,
show
man.
isn't about wings, dude. It's about beer.
I'm
And
just
it's
saying.
about Buddy Bailey today.
Listen, well, you know what? Thank you. As if it wasn't ever always about Buddy, but you know, I mean, whatever.
Well, we can go there. But let's go ahead and get started.
yeah,
Our first beer. You ready for a beer?
yeah.
because-
Where are we starting at?
We're starting at this end right here.
Starting at this end.
This
Okay.
one. So what
I
you have
got
there? This is our Grapefruit IPA.
Okay.
So this is an IPA brewed with grapefruit.
Ooh.
Super floral. Oh, super
Ooh.
citrus forward.
So-
people love this beer. This, it'll take you. It's like you're in Florida.
Taking me back here, right?
A
So
long time ago,
when
did
I
you drink
first
Grapefruit
when I
IPA?
first started, hated beer, hated the taste of beer. Seriously. So
Is that how old are you? At
I
that point?
loved ciders. Loved
Oh,
ciders, right?
yeah, I know.
So this kind of deal takes me back to the fruit,
Yeah,
super
but it's
good. This is good.
It's got a lot of flavor to it. Clark Saunders, our director of sales and marketing.
No Clark
This
Saunders.
is. Do you know Clark? This
Yeah,
is
tell him
Clark.
I said hi.
I will. This is Clark's favorite beer.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's a
loves
good
it.
guy. He's a good guy. I like him a little more now.
Winters in Alaska are tough. I mean, they're long, they're dark, there's never-ending snow. I mean, but those of us who live here find a way to enjoy it and get out and make it part of our life. What do you do in the wintertime to...
Oh, good question.
Yeah, what do you do?
I do two main things. So one, my dad's got an airplane, and he and I trap all winter long.
Oh, great.
We do a lot of trapping. So we had a really good year this last year. Got 4 wolverines, and I think about 30 or 40 marten. So we had a really good time doing that. So we get out, we fly on skis all the time.
Is there a jacket coming? Do I have a jacket coming?
Right.
Just
I mean, you and I are getting pretty close. I don't know that
Could
we're
be,
there
could
yet,
be.
but I mean, we're getting there. But so I do that a lot. And then this last year, I mean, I grew up trapping with my dad, lots of snow machine and all that stuff. But this last year, I bought 3 snow machines in our household. I will tell you this, I bought 1 Arctic Cat.
Well, good for you.
I did. I got a 200
Someone's
cc.
gonna make it home.
That's right. I got a.
No, there's a lot of ski-doos on the trail, and they're still out there.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Lee Green, baby. I can't let that go.
So I got 1 Arctic Cat for my daughter because I knew, at least we could put it in a trailer and bring it back with us when it breaks down. And then we got skidoos, me and my wife, and we had our first winter of really getting after it in the snow. It was a lot of fun. Had a really good time.
That's awesome. Getting out in Alaska is, our restaurants and stuff. We have restaurants in Anchorage, and then we have a brewery in Palmer, and being in these metropolitan areas in Alaska is great. I mean, I love living here, and it's a fantastic spot. But the big picture about Alaska is what's off the road system.
Sure.
Because that's what makes this place unique.
Absolutely.
I mean, this place is Alaska's like nowhere else on the planet. I have an airplane. I do No, beer's catching up with me.
That beer's getting you, isn't it?
It's catching. So I mean, I fly a lot, and I have an airplane, and we spend a lot of time in the summertime and in the wintertime. I fly at Iditarod Air Force.
Oh, cool.
So we go out and assist with that whole operation, and it's all Alaska. I mean, if you have a plane in Alaska, you get to really enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just different than being on the road system, right? I mean, if you haven't done it, they have no clue what they're missing, right?
So that's super
Absolutely.
great. Getting out in Alaska, that makes life worth living up there.
It is. It's really fun.
Congratulations on that. It's super cool.
We were super close. We knew where in November a bear went into denning. We knew where he was at. We wanted to get him this spring, so we kept flying and flying and flying, and we knew where he was at, and then all of a sudden we showed up one day, big hole out, and he was gone. And we missed it by like a day, and we were going to get a big brown bear, but oh well.
There's always next year.
That's right. Always
Or later
next
this year.
Yep.
This is Sky Cap Gold Pale Ale. It's a really well-made beer. It's
You can talk about it. I'm going to
5.6% alcohol by volume, easy drinking. A lot of hop aroma with almost no hop bitterness.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's delicious. I love this beer.
I like this one a lot.
I have a question for you. So, we chatted a little bit before the interview so we could find out a little bit about what you're up to and what you do. We're sitting on a stage. We're in Midtown. I mean, look out. We're looking out right now.
It's snowing outside right now in April.
No, it's dumping. Yeah. Welcome to Alaska. It keeps the tourists from buying property.
Right?
Yep.
It is dumping outside.
So we're looking across from the restaurant. This is the view that the bands have when they play here, which is fantastic. But you play an instrument. You like to jam a little bit. Is that what's going
you know
on?
what? That's a good question. So I suck at guitar, but my neighbor's teaching me to be better. He's teaching me. I can actually strum a couple songs. But fun story. My neighbor was thinking about getting into the line of work I'm in, and we'll probably get to that at some point.
Okay.
But getting into the line of work I'm in, and so I helped him get started. We got moving. So he calls me one day, says, "Hey man, I want to go down. I want to talk to these guys. I'm playing. I'm a guitarist, and by the way, he is a really good guitarist, like really, really good." So he says, "Why don't you come down and support me?" I said, "Absolutely. I'll come hang out with you." Right. So we go down.
So you're going to Four Corners Lounge in Wasilla.
In Wasilla, yep. So we
You
go
guys
down.
don't know that. That's a little bar right at
the Four Corners, right?
Between Wasilla and Palmer, right?
Absolutely, the Four Corners.
Look it
right?
up on a map, people.
Staple for the valley, right? So we go down there, and we're driving down there. He goes, "Hey, you sing anything?" I'm like, I sing in my car. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I'm a little closet singer, right? He goes, well, guess what? You're going to sing tonight. And I was like, oh, well.
So you sang at the Four Corners
I
Lounge?
did. I sang, and he pulled me up, and
Ken Peltier sings at the Four Corners Lounge.
He does. Life goal. Going to sing with Ken Peltier someday.
Dude, Ken plays here all the time. I love Ken.
Well, Ken needs to bring me on so he can sound better. Ken, I hope you heard that.
The beer off is obviously affecting Buddy Bailey. From furniture guy to incredible country singer.
Listen, so my buddy tells me, all right, so you get one song. If you suck, you're going out. If you're any good, I'll keep you up for 3.
I'm eating a freaking chicken leg.
Do it. I mean, so he brings me up for one song, and he was like, dude, you're all right. Why don't you sing 2 more with me? You know any more? And I'm like, yeah, I know a couple more. So we go through 3, and he goes, dude, why don't you stay up with me the rest of the night? And I said, all right. So we went through a full 12-song set together. By the end of the night, he's like, dude, you and I need to sing together. So I am here to tell you, beer in hand, you finished yours.
No, I already finished mine. I'm a professional. This is what I do for a living.
I was going to cheers you.
Well, I'll cheers you. Here, I'll just go to the next beer for
cheers
a second.
the next one, right? So we
just do this for a living.
We started the unofficial band of Buddy Bailey and the Sectionals.
So Buddy Bailey and the Sectionals is a band.
It's real.
Has play on occasion at the Four Corners Lounge.
For sure. Yep. And I'll tell you how real it is. There are, I'm not going to say where, but there are T-shirts out there that say Buddy Bailey and the Sectionals on. I'm just saying.
So, buddy, we're drinking Snowbike White. It's an American white brewed with coriander and lemon and orange peel. It's delicious, easy
Super
drinking,
good.
lots of flavor.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if you were sitting on a piece of furniture right now, because you're an expert, I mean, you know more about furniture than anybody I know.
I don't know why you'd say that, but okay.
Well, what piece of furniture would you be sitting on as you fucking down this beer? Come on, man, give me something. Is it a bar stool? Is it a futon?
A bar stool?
Futon?
Come on, man.
I know.
I'm sitting on a nice. Listen, I'm sitting on a nice big sectional, super plush, nice big recliner on it, big cup holders.
That probably chills your beer at the same time.
Chilled and lighted.
Do you guys they sell those
Absolutely.
at Bailey's? Come on. So you can get a chair where you set your beer in there and it chills your beer as you're sitting. Oh, goddamn, cheers.
Come on, man. Cheers to that. Just cheers to that. That's all I'm saying.
The interview gets better as we continue to pound the beers, right?
Oh, it's been way better. Is there a...
All of a sudden I become interesting. Tomter's actually starting to make sense to me.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
At first it was just like, whatever, Tomter. But now it's just like, okay, we've had a few beers, we're getting along, it's working.
Now you're cool, right?
Now we're talking about furniture, it's where we're supposed to be.
Right, exactly, right? Yeah, I mean,
Dude, I know that's not your whole life right now.
Did you know I'm not in furniture anymore?
No, I do.
Oh, you did know that.
You told me.
We talked about that.
You told me that you're tell me about that. What's going on?
So 6 years ago now. It's pretty crazy to think that it's been 6 years ago. I separated from the company altogether, and now I'm a financial advisor, man.
So, but you're still connected with your family because you still do the commercials. I mean, it's still family, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And you care about your family big time.
For sure.
I get that.
Yep.
So you're doing your own thing. That's exciting shit. Because everybody has to find their path, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing what you want to do.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
And so if I need to retire, which isn't going to happen anytime soon, because all we're doing is spending money. We're not making any money.
Hey, man, hey, you know what? That's the life of a business owner, right?
Welcome to life in business. It's
That's
never-ending
right.
street.
Everybody thinks I'm going to own my own business someday. You might want to think that through, buddy.
Well, it's the only way to live.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. We're in 2019.
Yes, that's the year it is right now.
Yeah. So my dad started Bailey's in 1989. I was 4 years old. Right, hitting 5 years old. Right, so I was just hitting 5 years old.
Let's get rid of this plate.
Yeah, no, we're going to get real in here. Somebody take mine too.
I know.
Yeah, there we go.
Trying.
So, 1989, my dad started this. Get this. This is true story. True story that I made up. No, I'm just kidding. That's real.
it's not even real. There's no fucking furniture store. I'll stop talking Scottish because I'm drinking beers.
I'm Scottish. Yeah. So, 1989, my dad's working on the slope. Hates it. Hates everything about it. The slope's turning downhill, all sorts of stuff. So he comes back to Anchorage.
It's like that. It's the Alaskan economy.
Absolutely.
They should turn into a roller coaster at the fair.
Now
ride the economy.
Right, exactly, right? So in the late 80s, when the oil field crashed, though, I mean, interest rates on buildings went up to 17%
No,
for mortgages. It was awful, right? So my dad was bottling milk right down here.
Oh, at Matanuska, Maine.
Matanuska.
Our brewery is in the old Matanuska, Maine
Get out of
dairy
here.
in Palmer.
Get out of here.
Yeah, check out how awesome that is.
So my dad made cottage cheese and he was bottling milk. And he was...
we don't do either of those anymore, but we use the same building.
There you go. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I
okay,
mean, that,
okay.
I'll allow it. Okay. So anyhow, so out of that disaster of the oil field, my dad started Bailey's Furniture, legitimately out of desperation to save our family.
Dude, that's
help our family,
that's a hell of an Alaskan story.
Absolutely.
Because Alaskans are pretty resilient. People are ready to just stand up and do what they got to do. And people, it's tough. It's not easy out there, right?
Yeah.
When you got the temperatures we have, the costs of doing business, the extreme winters, everything that we have to do with the remoteness, the fact that everything has to be shipped up here. It's unlike doing business anywhere else on the planet.
Yeah. Oh, try bringing 700 to 800 containers a year of furniture to Alaska from Indonesia, from China, from Malaysia.
Let me ask you this: if those containers were full of just one piece of furniture, are you still going with the sectional, or what are you going with?
I'm going with mattresses, baby.
Mattresses, man.
Baby.
Cheers! I'm almost through my beer.
Oh, get out!
I have to suck down this next one. Let's go into this next beer.
So we're going to get right on to that one.
So the next beer, this is actually my idea. The history behind this beer, this is a huge beer. So I lived in Nome, and we had a...
Where's that?
Nome, Alaska.
I'm just kidding.
Sarah Pallin's been there. You can see Russia from there.
You can see it from her house, right?
Anyways, right? And so the beer... So people wanted blueberry, and Nome, everybody's into blueberries, right? Because everybody picks blueberries. Just like everywhere else in Alaska, blueberries grow wild.
Okay, yeah.
And so we made a blueberry ale, and I did this beer with Glacier Brewhouse, with Kevin Burton and the Glacier Brewhouse.
Okay,
and he made it for us. And the only place you could get it would be at our place. And then when we moved to, we opened up in Anchorage, Glacier Brewhouse made it for us. So as soon as we got our own brewery going, then we started making it ourselves. But yeah, I mean, it's Alaskan blueberry. It's Backcountry blue. This is it's not my thing. You're like a cider guy, a former cider guy.
I love
fruity,
citrus, all that stuff.
This has all of those components.
Super
it is super popular. It's one of our best-selling beers. This thing here is 4.8% by volume. You know, it's a lighter drinking beer, but if you're someone who's not super, into strong IPAs or big malty beers, this is a great way to get into it, and it's just refreshing and delicious.
Let me ask you a question. So alcohol by volume, right? So we're talking 4.8, 9.2,
with the
whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
What's that compared to as a guy that wants to know to 100 proof whiskey or something like that? Well, is it the same percentage scale?
I think what you find typically with a pint of beer at say an average of 6% ABV, most cocktails when you get them in a bar are probably somewhere between 4 and 7%. So right around there, 6% ABV when you mix like a gin and tonic. Or if you
does this guy know what he's talking about, or is he just making it up?
Well,
because it sounds pretty legit.
I am in the business. It's actually true. So the bottom line is, one cocktail, if you drink straight whiskey, a shot of straight whiskey, that's about the same as what a gin and tonic will give you, right?
Okay.
Because you just got to drink more with a gin and tonic.
For sure.
The big deal is this: is if you just want to kick back, enjoy the flavors of your really well-made beverage, don't add anything into it. Right?
Not you.
We've got one beer left. Let's talk about this beer. This beer is Arctic Warrior. It's our lightest beer. Taste the beer.
All right, fine.
It's a delicious beer. It's
4.8%
ABV. What's really cool about the Arctic Warrior is that we make a light beer that goes in a can that really celebrates our military families, and 5% of the sales of that beer goes directly to the Armed Services YMCA, meaning they're able to take those proceeds and use them to help military families all over the state of Alaska and soon to be all over the United States of America. Buddy Bailey's been on the show, Beer Buzz, our first show. What a great time. It's good drinking beers and getting through this because I've got a good buzz going on. Do you have a good buzz going on?
I got a great buzz.
That's what it's all about. It's about, the world's problems have never been settled over a glass of Chardonnay, right?
Absolutely.
So it always happens over a beer.
Thank you for letting me be on Beer Buzz. What a great show. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
But also, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. This is super, super fun being here.
You're a great Alaskan, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right? Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us all the way up here in Alaska. We've had a great time today. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you watching. Keep watching. Check us out. Cheers. This has been the Matanuska Brewing Company Beer Buzz.